Hello lovely writerly people. So I'm back and I want to talk a little bit about book launching this week. And I know that, I don't know, maybe you do know, maybe you don't, but I know that I've already done a video about how to launch a book on Facebook using an event as a Facebook author launch. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? I'll tag a link in the down bar for that if you haven't read it or if you fancied seeing it or whatever. But I want to talk today about how you start something from nothing. So, you decide to write a book and you decide to self-publish, get a big publisher, independently publish, go on Wattpad, you decide to do whatever it is you decide works for you. And that's great. But you want people to read your book. And there's no getting away from the fact that actually getting the book in front of people, even if it's free, is hard. That's where the real problem lies. So, here we go. How do I launch a book? Well, it's obvious. You email everybody on your email list and tell them all you've got a book coming out. Well, I don't have one. I'm a brand spanking new author. I have been working just on my writing. You know, I've not really got a great big internet presence. I've not really got a social media presence, except my family. How on earth am I supposed to have an email list? Oh, right. So if you don't have an email list, well, it'll be the launch. The launch will help you get started. So if I do a launch, I can build an email list from there. Well, you really need an email list to, kind of get the launch off the ground. So I can't do anything. So I can't, what if I don't have a launch or a list? What if I am just me? Yeah, that's the thing, you see. You've got to do one or the other, and preferably both. And one will help you, a launch will help you get your list, but a list is a better place to start. So, you really need to start doing all that first. So I've written a book that I didn't know I was going to do anything with. And so now I need a list and a launch, and I need a list to have a launch, and the launch will help me get a list, but basically I'm on my own. This is all starting to sound a bit chicken and egg to me. And this is how most of us start. We look at all the things that we're supposed to have done before we wrote the book, before we thought we might publish it. At first we thought maybe we were just writing for ourselves, and now all of a sudden we are being bombarded with advice about email lists and newsletters and social media, and we suddenly think, well, I've written a book. How am I supposed to get that out? And when you realise that the struggle of getting it in front of readers, even if it's free, really becomes the issue, it can start to feel a bit like an uphill battle. So there are things that you can do. You can start with building your platforms on Goodreads and Amazon so that your author profile is already there and set up with a nice friendly face ready to go, so that should people stumble across you, it's not just a book with like a grey, the avatar image is all grey and there's no bio and they don't know anything about you. People like to buy into the author. So set your Goodreads profiles up, set your Amazon profiles up, and once they're done, they're done. With a Goodreads giveaway, it's a really good way to build a following. So get the book up, even if it's going up on pre-order or even if it's not kind of ready yet, if you can get the book kind of listed and ready to go with its ISBN number, you can set up a giveaway on Goodreads. So even if your launch date is, 2019 or whenever it is, there's nothing stopping you, as long as everything's all in position ready to go, setting up a nice Goodreads giveaway. Because what you will find is that people will see the front cover of the book and they'll add it to their to be read shelves. And yes, people have huge numbers on their to be read shelves, but it's still traffic, it's still getting you out there. If your bio is interesting enough for a writer of your genre, you'll find that you'll start to pick up followers that way. And it's a small start in getting you going. You can set up Amazon giveaways. Now, I'm in the middle of doing an Amazon giveaway at the moment, and it's the first one I've tried. So I'm going to be coming back to you on that one and letting you know how it went and kind of what I actually got out of it. The Amazon's algorithms just for kind of book selling is a mystery, and the Amazon giveaway seems to be very much the same. You kind of set one up and it gets on with it, and you never really know if it worked or not. So maybe I'll have more information for you towards the end of June, because the giveaway I've got running on Amazon finishes then. As I understand it at the moment, Amazon giveaways are only in the US, so that's where I'm running mine. The other thing you can do is make sure your book cover is everywhere. Make sure your book cover's really good. But make sure it's everywhere. So Pinterest, Google, Facebook, find places where you're not going to annoy people. Stick to the administration rules of whatever writers groups you belong to. But the more you can get your book cover out there, it helps with the whole mentality of purchase, because kind of old marketing mechanisms that roll around in the back of my brain, people never buy on the first time they see. It's normally the 7th time they see. So if your cover kind of taps at their subconscious and then a week later it flashes up somewhere else and they think, by the time that's flashing up the 4th, the 5th, the 6th and the 7th time, if they are, going to buy, it will be between the 4th and the 7th time. After that, then they're not going to buy it, even if they keep seeing it. But so make sure it's everywhere. If you've got an Instagram account, tag it up. Never tag anything up with "buy my book." You all know this, but I'm just repeating myself. Try and put something kind of funny or pithy or something that goes with your genre underneath, so that you can start circulating the image. The other thing you can do is the Facebook launch that I spoke about at the front of this vlog. It's a really good way to kind of get people interested. It's all about, starting the buzz. Sorry to sound like a marketeer, but it's all about starting the buzz for your book. So get your Facebook event set up a good month before, preferably kind of 6 weeks, and have an idea of what you want your Facebook launch to accomplish. So go ahead and invite all your friends and family if if that's what you want to do. But also tag it up in the writers' communities for your genre. If you are selling a fiction book, it's always worth having a few copies to give away, and it's always worth making the launch fun. So I just recently launched a non-fiction book, Building an Author Platform for Beginners, and in my launch, when I did the Facebook event, I put a little write-up on the top that said that it would be running from 11 till 3 or something like that, but at the launch itself I was actually leaving it open until midnight, something like that, of that day, so that if people wanted to kind of tip back in and go through and read the information or whatever was going on that day, it would still be available and it would still be accessible. Then what I did after that is all the posts, because I put quite a lot of information up there that hopefully writers would find useful, and blogs and things like that. All those posts I jammed together in one great big blog with all the links and put it up on my website, and then I tagged the link up to my page and shared it about, just in case people thought, oh, there was interesting stuff and I didn't get a chance. And then, the idea is to be useful, be helpful and be entertaining, and still kind of try and get the word out there about your fiction or your non-fiction. So the first book is always going to be where you struggle to start getting the list. And it is a necessary evil, an email list, it really is. And you're going to need to have one if you intend to keep writing, so that you can email them out about the next book and then the next book and then the next book. So I think that is my quick idle waffle today about how to start something from nothing. And if you are starting something from nothing, you're not alone. We've all been there. We've all started at the beginning, and we've all started without email lists. Me too. And don't berate yourself. Those that when the launch goes out for the first book, and it is just your family members and maybe the odd 1 or 2 people that you don't know, and you think, oh, strangers. That's nice. Just know that it'll get better. You've just got to keep plugging away at it. It's not an easy game that we've chosen. So good luck, writerly folks, and I shall speak to you soon.